Don't read my notifications.
Oh yeah, put it on Do Not Disturb before you.
It's on Do Not
before you
Disturb
see
already.
Weenie on your screen.
You would not get weenie.
I don't know when to see Winnie.
That's so
Free
stupid.
money, bro. What are you
That's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying. What the heck?
All you have to do is text him.
Would you pretend to be a girl? No way.
I had.
I mean, I'll tell him I'm 13, so $75,000.
Yo, I'm gonna expose you.
No, I'm just kidding. You know that's actually illegal.
Really?
Yeah.
Lying about your age?
No, pretending to be like a young person, even if you're like.
Do we need to have this
what-
on?
Oh, we can turn it off.
Okay.
No,
I
but
just
like
didn't know.
I had a friend
What is?
who said he used to do that. It's that one.
That's the?
Yeah. Okay. He said he used to
sorry, my
pretend
finger
that he
on
was a
the-
girl, and he was a young girl in there, and he would text men, and they would like be weird.
Yeah.
And then he would tell them, hey, send me, $500, $1,000. If not, I'm gonna tell the police. So I was like, because there was already messages and stuff, and so they would send him money. But eventually, he ran into a decoy account, and they caught onto him, and they showed up at his doorstep, and the police told him that he can't be doing that because, it's called like, is it called extortion when you're
Entrapment?
Oh,
No,
it's extortion. When you're using somebody for money?
Oh.
Yeah, like you're like it's like you're still doing something wrong, although like you might still report he might still be reporting them. You're like robbing them of their money. Does it make sense? It's like you're not doing something good technically.
Don't chew into the mic. It's an ASMR. All right. My hair kind of.
Everyone look into the mic. I mean, that's not the mic. So I'm gonna look at it. Okay.
All right. You want an intro or do you want me to intro?
No, you got it. Because I feel tired today. I really do, bro. I was knocked out. Like, I was trying to wake up. That's why I was so quiet when you were talking to me.
Yeah. You still waking up?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Welcome back to another episode of The Happy Place. Today, we're going to be talking a lot more about friendships and what all comes with it. Today, I'm your host, Manny. To my left is...
Yes.
Into the mic.
Hello.
And Sammy. You already know.
We're back. We took not necessarily a break. A couple things happened in these past couple of weeks, so I haven't been able to post as much for the podcast, but hopefully we get back on it. No, correction, we will get back on it.
I went to California.
Oh, yeah, let's talk a little bit about your trip. How was it?
It was so fun, bro. I love California.
I wish I could have gone. I was
I went
jealous.
everywhere. Like that is. From downtown LA to Disney World to...
Little Tokyo, no?
Yeah, I went to Little Tokyo. I went to Santa Clarita. I was just everywhere. I was exploring things. This time it was cool because I explored it by myself.
Oh.
But yeah, it was very, very nice meeting a lot of you guys, by the way. So if you're watching this video and I met you, it was very, very nice meeting you guys. So
That's what's up. Hell yeah. And so yeah, you guys ready to get started?
yeah, I just woke up not too long ago, guys. I'm sorry, I'm tired, but we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this going.
Can you guys trust a friend who has betrayed you before? Like, has anybody in your life ever just like maybe told a secret that you were not necessarily a secret, something that you told in confidence to them and like talked all about you before?
Like forgive them?
Yeah. Like, could you continue to forgive them, and then could you continue to tell them more things? After
No,
that?
no. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I've already been to the situation. So for me, I personally like if you were to do something towards me, like obviously I'm going to be upset. And I probably will cut you off. But like, do I forgive you? Yeah, you know what I mean. Like mistakes happen. But will I trust you like that? No. Because like,
Does it take a long time for you to build that trust back up?
yeah, I think definitely it takes it some time away. Just because when you feel some sort of way, like resentment, like that doesn't change. Like I feel like back then I would easily like dismiss it, but like I feel like now that I've grown up, I just feel like I don't tolerate it anymore. Just like I'll be quick to cut you off and that's it.
Yeah, I had this one time in high school where I was talking confidently with a girl, and I told her like my feelings about another girl, and then in like 2 weeks later, it just like came right back to me. I'm like, how does this person know? And there's like this person told me, and then this person told me, and this person told me, and then it got back to the original person. That was probably one of the most annoying things in the world because it kind of just makes things weird whenever you tell somebody in confidence, and then like you want to continue to tell this person these kinds of things, and then it just kind of ruins like the vibe. And do you think it kind of ruins the friendship at all?
Oh yeah, definitely, because you trusted that person, so it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, where do we stand? You know, like just imagine if they're willing to do that. Like, what else would they not say?
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone who you really consider close.
Mm.
I definitely feel like, obviously, like our feelings get hurt. You know, so it's kind of like, damn, you know, and so, but I feel like although like we do have a friendship, like I would like, or like a genuine connection, like I would still like be like, okay, I need some space to myself from you, you know, like I'm not gonna be able to tell you everything I want to tell you anymore, because for one, you ruined it, you know. But that's on you, not on me.
What about you?
Period.
Did you already forget the question?
she's lost in the sauce.
For real.
Do you know what the question was?
If I could trust a friend again?
Yeah, if they betrayed your trust.
You shouldn't have told her.
Yeah. I mean, she just started talking about the most random shit. She's like, yeah, I was paying attention.
We should have just looked at her.
I would still be friends with them, but I wouldn't trust them.
Why?
Why wouldn't I trust them? Because they're chismosas. Why would they be telling my secrets?
What
like
if it was
that?
a guy?
I mean, chismoso. What the heck?
Have you ever had that happen to you?
Tell my secrets?
Somebody just tell your business?
All the time. Have you met Hispanic girls?
That's very...
That's crazy.
Is there an instance that ever like you think like it's memorable, or is it just too many?
Just too many. So many times.
And you kept being friends with them?
Yeah. Period.
Oh, so who's the
Yeah, call him out. Call him out. Call him out. We'll do a boxing match.
That's crazy. No. That's crazy. I do wonder how many people from like our city like watch us.
Yeah, that is true. That'd be pretty interesting to get that stat.
Yeah.
I bet
Sorry, we're just yappers. We're yapping. Okay, this is the past.
So, have you guys ever actually gone back to trusting somebody and they broke it again?
Broke it again. No, trusting somebody, not necessarily trusting them, just kind of forgiving them and being like, okay, like I'll be your friend again, but our relationship is not gonna be to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a little different.
Yeah. What about you?
Mm-hmm.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
What are the signs? And they broke your trust again. What were some signs that you saw that like you felt they were gonna go off and tell your business again? Is there any signs that you guys should know? Like maybe like they need to like prepare, like somebody's like, oh, maybe they don't know who's telling all their business and they need to like look for these kinds of things. What are the signs that you guys would
like
see?
you could say. Well, I don't. For me, I didn't see the signs because obviously I trusted them. So it's kind of like, oh, I would never think that you would do that, you know. So I don't really think that there's like a certain thing that you should look for, because people are going to talk regardless, like whether it's in front of you or behind your back. Someone's always going to say something. So like, I don't think you should necessarily like think that every person is going to talk behind your back, but like when it does happen, you have some sort of standards and be like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna tolerate that. Bye.
I think one of the signs should be like if your friends are talking about something, like another one of your friends, and they like keep telling you a bunch of information. Maybe that's a little, maybe like, oh, did you know that his girlfriend did this to him, but nobody knows.
I do that all the time.
But oh my god. Okay.
Just kidding.
No, but I'm just saying that like there's like public information, and then there's information like something that seems a little bit like too deep, like a relationship issue, like, and like, why are you telling me this on behalf of somebody else? Like if they were to come to me, that'd be different.
Yeah.
Signs
I
like
feel
that.
A sign would definitely be if they're only there whenever you're like telling them problems or like cheesing and stuff. If they're not there to be like, oh, let's go do this, let's just hang out, and they're just like trying to talk to you about like problems, cheesing that they heard and stuff, I feel like that's a sign. Because then they're like, what are you here for? Just for me to tell you things that I know, or like to know things about my life so you can go tell people, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
People who like intrude into other people's business.
So annoying.
So I mean,
like legit, I don't feel like I could be friends with people like that. I'm just like, bro, you have a life of your own, bro. What do you do?
yeah. Do you guys feel like how can moving forward, if let's say like it's your best friend and they did it once, like I'm talking about like your best friend, is there any way that you guys would rebuild that trust? Like, is there any steps that you would take to rebuild that trust and then?
So I feel like yeah, like I also think it's the type of person you are, because if you're not willing to if like second chances, you know what I mean? Like, oh okay, yeah, you messed up, sure, okay. But like when you kind of do it multiple times and you act weird and shady, like I feel like at one point it's just kind of like, oh, you know, like yeah, I'll forgive you, but we're no longer how we were, you know. Does that make sense? It'll never go back to that. That's how it's been for me, at least. I just
You kind of just like cut off
like
that.
we're friends, but we're not. We don't.
You're not personal
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
not personal friends
Mhm.
anymore like that. We don't. I don't talk about my business.
So you limit what you tell them now.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I was
that
like,
makes sense.
because not everything's meant to be said. So
So with your best friends, do you guys feel like there's some things that you keep away from them? Is there like no level since they're your best friend? Let's say this person has never betrayed you before.
mm-hmm.
Is there things that you would keep away from your best friend that you just don't feel like talking
Name
about?
something.
Problems in your relationship.
Yeah.
You'd keep that away from your best
Yeah,
friend.
I don't think that they should necessarily, because when you think about it, if you're telling your best friend things that are going on in his relationship, yes, they could give you advice, but like let's say something bad does happen, right? Like not necessarily bad, but just like bad is in the sense like, oh, like you killed somebody, or something. You know?
Okay,
I'm saying like
not too bad.
I was like, but I'm talking like, oh, like you guys constantly like argue or something, and you keep telling them over and over. Like eventually, that person will give you maybe some good advice at the beginning, but then at the end, like after a while, like if the same thing's happening over and over, like that person will be like, oh, now it's time to leave him. 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 It's time to, and that's all it will be, right? But the thing is that like at first it was like, oh yeah, like work it out and do this and do that, and but now it became, oh, just leave him, just leave him, just leave him. And after the relationship ends, like if it doesn't, right, all they're gonna tell you is, oh, you remember how you guys would argue every single day? You know what I mean? Like that's all. You would never be reminded of the good, you know.
Okay. What about like family business? Like something happened in your family that would you go to them for that kind of stuff?
I think it depends. It depends because I mean it really depends on how you feel about talking about your family. You know what I mean? Because that's not everybody needs to know your family's business. It depends. I don't know. Like there's some families que son bien chismosos.
Yeah.
Like they want to know things. Always something's always happening. Someone's always talking shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's very personal. Like very very personal. Like I will not say a single word. I don't. There's no reason for me. It's not my business. Oh, it is my business, but it's not your business. You know.
What about you? Would you not? Is there things that you would keep away from your best friend? Or do you feel like you can talk about anything with your best friend if that's what you consider them?
I feel like I'll just talk about anything and everything with them.
Doesn't matter what it is.
I mean, like maybe if it's like, I mean, obviously there's some things that I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but like for the most part, I'm just like, this happened, and they're like, oh, advice, period.
Do you feel like what they tell you influences your decisions?
I don't necessarily think that it's like it like. I think most of the time, whenever I'm telling her things, it's not necessarily like she's like, oh, but he does this, you need to do that. It's kind of like she's like, oh, I went through this situation, this happened, just like be careful, be safe. It's kind of her more like encouraging me, but also giving me like, you know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah.
like, do what you want, but just be careful, be safe.
She's still like supportive regardless of what you choose.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So she leaves it up to you. She doesn't tell you what to do.
Yes.
She just kind of gives you like an idea as to what she's been through. What about you?
Kind of the same thing. I have limits. I don't talk about my relationship. I'll talk about some family stuff. Like if me and Yessie get into an argument, like if it's like a small argument, then I'll be like, yeah, you're saying I do this and she made me. But if it's like something like really detrimental to a relationship, I feel like that should always be kept between me and that person.
That's fair.
Anything outside of that, I'm kind of an open book. Like if you need any sort of advice based on what it is that I've experienced, I'm willing to tell you those kinds of things. Like I experienced this in my relationship, then I'm gonna talk about that. But other than that, I'm not really just talking about other people's business unless it is public knowledge. Let's say so like something happens and they post it on Instagram, I'm going to talk about it just because I am kind of chismoso. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it, but yeah. And so with things like that, just if it's too personal between you and somebody else, then absolutely not. I won't tell anybody. It's also, especially when they tell you not to tell somebody, that's the most annoying thing ever.
Oh yeah,
and it comes back, and then but other than that, I can really talk about anything. If you ever need space from somebody, how can you guys communicate that to a friend without like hurting their feelings? Do you think that is that something you even need to communicate
to your friend, or like okay, like you are you saying it like, oh, it's my best friend, or are you saying it like, oh,
let's stick with best friend, like,
because if it's just a friend, I'm like, hey bro, I want space, I don't want to hang out with you, that's it.
Okay, you're probably just blunt with it.
Yeah, oh yeah, like, oh bro, like I'm tired, I don't want to hang out. Um, I mean, I also depends how close you are with that person. I really do think that like that kind of tells you a lot. You know what I mean? Because like let's say like you just want some time away like from someone. I feel like even if it is your best friend, you should always be able to be like, hey, like I know that we're hanging out, almost every single day, but like I need some space. Like I need to, like I mean, you're not doing anything wrong. I just kind of want some personal space. Like that should be as simple as as you can say it.
Mm.
If they get mad, you know what I mean. At that point, it's kind of like, oh, why
Are
you
they
getting
really
mad?
your best friend?
Yeah, like why
They
are you getting
shouldn't
mad?
be.
Like
Yeah.
when it's not the end of the world, I just want some space. Like I'm not, you know,
What about you?
shouldn't be offensive.
I don't think I've ever needed space from my friends.
Do you think that like that's good for you?
I mean, like, I'm not with them 24/7 either. So, like, I don't think if I'm like, I've never been like, hey, can you leave me alone? Or even if I do, like, I just like want to be by myself. I'm just like not texting them. And then it's like, I mean, like, I guess that's like toxic. I saw it on Twitter. People like, people, friends like that are so ugh. But it's not like I go ghost on them for like forever. It's just like, it's like small replies here and there, you know?
Mm.
It's like, I don't think I've ever just like been like, I don't want, I just, you know?
Do you never feel like you should communicate that to them? Be like, hey, I just don't want to be texting anybody right now. Or do you feel like you can just leave it?
I feel like I can just leave it because the conversation will just pick back up. Like they know, we know. Like I think just all together as the friends that I have is that everyone's like they have their own thing. We're all grown. We're not texting 24/7, and if it like even if we are, even if there's a gap that we're not texting, it's like oh I understand life's life. We're all busy. We all have jobs. We're all in school. Like you do you. Like we're still friends. Like it's not nothing like personal. Like I'm not texting you 24/7 or anything like that. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So let's say your friend does that. They just end up not texting. Your best friend ends up not texting you. It's been a week, and you're kind of wondering, do you then reach out to like stop it from becoming distant? Do you reach out to stop that?
I feel like I'd ask if everything's okay,
Mm-hmm.
because like I'm not gonna like force you to text me either. But like obviously, if you want to need your space, I'm just be like, hey, are you okay? And like you tell me like, oh hey, I just been going through it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, do you want to talk about it or do you need space? Whatever the answer is, I respect it,
Mhm.
But at least I know. Does that make sense? I think it's more the fact that you have to communicate it,
Mm-hmm.
not really more the fact that like I said, it also depends. Like you can disappear for a whole week or whatever, as you were saying, and you come back and your bond is still the same. Like nothing changes. There's no like hard like feelings that like build up during the time that you guys don't talk. I don't know. There's some people that are like that. They get fucking pissed
Yeah.
the moment you don't talk to them for a month, like a couple
And
days.
they're like, you're fake. They don't like me. And then it's like, well, problem.
Do you guys feel like they're a bad friend if they're like continually nagging you to like hang out with them and talk to them about things? Does that make them a little bit toxic? Does that make them
Like toxic, who the person that is asking you or the person that's not replying?
the person who's asking you? Like they keep bugging you. They want you to talk about it. They want to hang out, even though when you said that you needed some space, that
I think at that point it's just kind of like
They're not respecting your
yeah, in a
boundaries.
way,
So,
I agree
Mhm.
with that. Like I don't think it's like you're not because you're not saying it to like cut them off. You're not cutting them off. It's a
Mhm.
big difference between cutting someone off and just needing space.
yeah.
So
Do you guys feel like it's okay to be friends with somebody who is toxic to the people around you? Let's say like people in your friend group, but they're not toxic to you.
no, because I'm really my friend group that I'm always with, like we're all close, we're all the same person. So it's like, why are you treating them any differently than you treat me? Like I'm trying, like it's kind of like that kind of gives just like possessiveness because then they're like, yeah, I don't want you to have other friends. Let me not. Let's just make a problem every time, you know? So then it's like I'm trying to introduce you into this new group and you're treating them badly. Imagine like how that's just gonna come off, you know?
mhm.
I wouldn't like if like I understand like shyness in the beginning when you're meeting new people and everything, but then if it's like a continuing like it's a problem and they're like, hey, like my friends are coming to me like, hey, like so and so, why is it like this all the time? And then like you're genuinely making no effort and you're just being toxic to everybody in my friend group. Then it's like it's not even a friend group problem. It's a problem that the new person's causing for what?
No, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I just like at that point, like, what's the point of having a friend like that within the group? Does that make sense? Because it's just an oddball. Like it doesn't. Like, well, what made it to that point? Does that make sense? Like, why is it like that? Because if at that point it's not really like a friend, like a group friendship. It's kind of like individual friendships. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it should be the same all around.
How do you communicate to somebody that hey, you should no longer be a part of this friend group? You feel like,
What you try to make it work before you tell them?
yeah, let's say it's last straw. They are
okay.
just they're starting problems all the time. Maybe like when they
Like-
get drunk, they keep fighting people and people in the
After
group.
being talked to.
Yeah, after being
Oh,
talked
then
to.
yeah, like like we could tell
You just
them.
cut them off. Do you like
No, not cut them off, but like, hey, like we told you, you're not really changing in any sense. This is not very good for our friendship or this relationship. So I think we should stop being friends. Yeah, so be it. Maybe that'll be enough for them to spark up and be like, oh, damn, you know?
Yeah, I need to change or something.
Yeah, something. But
Have you guys ever had to like cut ties like within a friend group, or like sorry,
oh yeah,
cut ties like sorry, cut somebody out of the friend group?
somebody of the friend group or nah.
Yes.
You guys have never, yeah.
You cut somebody out of the friend
We cut somebody off out of the friend group. We have the same friend group, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I love how she just gives you those eyes. And...
I think. Yeah, are we talking about? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we cut somebody off out of the friend group.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first
Dallas?
one, Dallas.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he
the second one was not mutual, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have to. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was kind of. We didn't communicate it though. It was kind of just like our friendship.
No, I look fat in the camera.
What?
Yeah. We kind of just distant. It was kind of. He knew.
You're just weird.
Yeah, he knew he threw off the vibes every time everybody was uncomfortable around him. And then.
What this is.
Oh,
Oh, period.
what the freak?
Oh no.
Appeal it.
Appeal it. We're going to court.
Take him to court and show up in a tuxedo.
Period.
No, get Jayoma.
I just got a fucking cramp in my foot.
No te mueras, Manny. Don't move, bro. Don't move.
Ow. I think it's because I ran early. Holy fuck, that hurt. That was so fucking random. Sorry. I didn't know. I mean,
You just look red in the camera.
ow.
You know, usually when you cramp up,
You eat a banana.
No, did he?
You eat bananas when you cramp up.
Okay. That's
I'm cramping.
That's
Give
what
me
I
some dick.
I said bananas. The hell?
Is that really true?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
never
they
told
have
you that in
potassium.
soccer.
I heard it wasn't it mayonnaise or
What?
mayo?
I thought you said mayonnaise.
Isn't it
Mayonnaise?
mayo?
What the? I think you just like mayo. What the
No,
fuck?
mayo when you cramp up.
What the hell?
I
It's
swear.
like vapor rub. What the fuck?
No, bro. No, you eat it. You eat mayo when you cramp up.
What the fuck?
I think I went swimming this past weekend. I think he said mayo, if I'm not mistaken. It's like,
You swim?
yeah, I went
You can
swimming.
swim?
I went, yeah, yes.
I can't swim
I don't
swim.
because I can't swim.
I can swim. I was like, I thought you were gonna tell me I look like a person. Kane doesn't think I can swim.
Yeah,
I
how do
can
you
swim.
Do you swim like a frog?
No,
I feel like that's how you
what-
swim.
Did you see Shorty Bay's leak?
What's
Who?
going on?
Shorty Bay.
no.
That's
Another
disgusting.
one.
Another
This one's
one?
like actual.
This one's like her whole coochie's out and everything.
No. I
Someone
don't,
Like,
wanna,
said it to
dura.
me.
I don't want to see that, bro. I'm okay.
She's literally sitting down in the shower. Her biddies are out. Her coochie's out. And I said, "Hello, sister."
That is disgusting.
But
That's
anyways.
insane, bro.
It's
That's
like the-
insane.
It's like the sketch thing. Who the frick wants to see that?
I did not even see that. I just saw that he had like a alternative, like an alt account or something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the leaks though, and I don't want to. So you should proceed the show though. No, I wouldn't. I don't
It
know.
wasn't all over your Facebook that day at Shorty Bay's leak. All over my Facebook. Everybody and their moms was
Oh.
sharing it.
I think I did see something of hers. It was like, oh guys, look at this like solar eclipse, and it was her inside of it.
Oh.
But it wasn't showing her
Yeah.
punini or whatever.
Her punini.
It was
Her cucaracha.
yeah, cucaracha is crazy, bro.
Okay, so going back to the questions, how do you handle a friendship with someone who has like a bad reputation? Let's say they're not even the friend group. This is just you and somebody else. They do bad things, whatever it is, to like
What are
other
bad
people.
things?
Like let's say
Oh.
they use people and they talk shit all the time. But to you, they're like this, like one of your really really close friends. I wouldn't say best friend.
Mhm.
Do you handle that situation? I mean, do you handle that friendship? Do you tell them, "Hey, you should stop doing that"? Do you, or you just let them do whatever they need to do
I
because
feel like
they're not personally hurting you.
no, but I feel like any friendship, I feel like if I see something that kind of doesn't sit right with me, at least, or doesn't seem morally right, I'd be like, oh, like bro, like why are you doing that? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing stuff that like is fucked up, like I'd be like, oh, like, oh, like what are you on? Like, is that the kind of person you are? I don't know. I just feel like now that I'm more grown up, I'm more willing to be like, oh, like you know, like not
Help a brother out, you know.
yeah, but like more like not necessarily like confronting you, just kind of being like, oh, like you know, try this out, try something different. Don't do that, you know.
Do you feel like it's your place to insert your opinion on something that has never affected you?
Doesn't matter whether it affects you or not. If it's fucked up, I feel like you should say something.
I'm such a friend. Like I feel like you should be able to be
Yeah.
like, hey, like, what was that about? Why that
So
happened?
going on more into like a loyalty and like prioritization kind of thing. Should you always prioritize a longtime friend over a new friend?
Prioritize and as in like, oh, choose them 1st.
Mm-hmm. Let's say both of your friends ask you in the same day to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is the new friend. They're like, "Hey, let's go get lunch at 12:30." And then your best friend is like, "Oh, hey, I have something planned at 12:30. Would you like to come along?"
Well, if I feel like it just depends who you already have plans with. If you already have plans with somebody, you can just.
Mm.
But I don't think it's necessarily I'm gonna prioritize more because then it's kind of like fucked up that you're doing that, you know. Because if what if the roles were reversed between them? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't. If you already have noted, like let's say you asked a day off for that day and they'd asked for that day off and then it's already planned and then the day before your other friend, the long-term friend is like, oh hey, I also have this, like hey, I'm sorry but I already asked this day off and my other friend already asked for this day off, like I'm gonna do this with them, I'm sorry I can't, like no offense, you know.
And I feel like they should be understanding of it too.
Yeah, like I don't think that should be a big deal.
So what about, let's say, on the same day your friends are like, your new friend, "Hey, I have a party Friday night. You should come out." And you're like, "Yeah, I'll see if I can." And then your longtime best friend is just like, "Hey, I'm having a house party this day on the same day that your friend is having the party. Is there somebody that you would choose first? Would you try out the new party, or would you go to like the friend who you've known for a long time?"
Like what kind of party? Because
That doesn't
like
mean they're both throwing just like a house party. Like,
oh
come
so
over, drink, let's just hang
try
out.
to go to both then.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
hey, I got invited to both. I'm gonna go to both. I feel like if they're just house parties, like regular house parties, like oh sure, I'll go here for a little bit and then I'll show up to the other person's.
So what if it changes to like birthday parties?
Okay, then that's a little different because like it's a birthday party. Like if it's like my friend's birthday party, like oh yeah, like if they're both birthdays, then obviously it still lies in the same category. Like oh I'll go to yours and then I'll go to yours. You know what I mean?
Is there one that you would stay at longer?
Probably the one that I've known for longer.
Yeah.
Just because I'd go to the other one first early, be there for a while, and then I'd go back to the other one, and then stay there.
Just end
for,
the night there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
end the night there because
So let's say there's no way of you like being able to travel between two, and there's so let's say your best friend invites you to their friend group. He's like, "We're going out for drinks." Somebody's DDing, and then your new friend asks you to do the same thing. "We're going out for drinks."
whoever comes first.
Oh, whoever just hits you up first. Okay. So
Yeah.
there would never like you would never have to like teeter totter between somebody. Like,
No,
damn.
I feel like it just kind of depends whoever said anything first. Like if if I knew that your birthday was coming up, and obviously I would know that your birthday's coming up, so I feel like it would never really be a debate. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So like if you're best friends, of course you're gonna know like oh hey it's gonna be their birthday. There's most likely gonna be a plan. Like I'm not gonna have anything else planned for that time if I know. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? So I don't think I'll ever run into that problem if I already know that their birthday is coming up.
So, well, I guess that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna ask if you guys like, how do you guys balance time between new and old friends? You because
I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I have my own life. I don't really like I don't know. I just feel like life's been so busy. Like I'm trying to figure myself out. I don't have time to like constantly be thinking of others to where like I have to see them. You know what I mean? Like I have right now what I need to focus on is what I need to focus on. You know what I mean? Because I'm still figuring out my life. So I feel like for me personally, right now, I'm just trying to whatever day I get to hang out with whoever I get to hang out with is the day that I get to hang out with them. Does that make sense? Like I'm not. I'm busy. You know, life is hitting. This is where life hits. You know, I'm growing up. Like I don't have as much free time as I used to. You know, and like obviously like right now like for me I go to school, so like my time is even cut more short. It depends, you know. Some of us go to college, some of us work, so like it'll really depend, like whenever you're free, whenever you have the chance to hang out with, whether it's your new or old friends, like, you know, because everybody has different schedules, you know.
Is it okay to be friends with someone your other friends don't like?
No. Well, if that person has talked bad about your other friend and you know that it's like it is public knowledge that they do not like that person, they've talked down on that person, problems have been between that person, I don't think that's okay. I think that if you're okay with being friends with somebody like that, then you're probably talking bad about that certain person with that person.
But let's say your best friend doesn't like this new friend, and there was no problems. Maybe this best friend doesn't like their attitude, doesn't like the way, I don't know. There's just a quirk about them that they don't like.
Then in that sense, I think that is super, like, that's just messed up.
What if it's flipped? The new friend doesn't like your best friend.
Then that's the same thing. I'm gonna be like, well, that's a you problem. I just won't hang out with both of you guys together. I mean, like, I think that there's nothing wrong with being friends with somebody just because I don't like a person just because, like, oh, they're mean. Like, I'm not gonna be like, you need to stop being friends with them. But like, if like they're like the type of person, like I said, that's like talking shit, talking down. Oh, I don't should have connected bad words.
Mm-hmm.
It's like talking bad and stuff. Like, then like I think that's the point where you shouldn't be friends with that friend. But if like your other friend just doesn't like the other person just because like I feel like, you know, you're allowed to not like people. So I
You
don't
think you'd ever have to like cut both of them off?
cut both of them off. I don't
Like,
think so.
isn't that to say they never agree with you? They always like start a big argument and fight with you about it.
Yeah, then I'd be like, ugh, whatever. Like I'm not grown. I'm not y'all's mom to make you guys sit down and like each other.
So who do you prioritize then? The new friend or the old friend? They don't like each other. They bicker. They don't like things about each other.
I had to choose.
Yeah, you'd have to choose. Let's say you have to choose.
Oh, that's the tough. That's tough.
It is tough.
Because I don't know. I think it's messed up. I mean, not necessarily messed up, but it's kind of like choose me, pick me, almost kind of like, and you're put in a tough situation. Although you're not like pulling a trigger on anyone, you're technically pulling a trigger on someone. So like,
I just think it's fair for them to like not like each other so much to the point where you have to choose one. Then it's like there's definitely a bigger problem in here. Like there's like has to be toxicness coming from one or the other.
What if your best friend gives you an ultimatum? We're talking like 10...
Then I would be like, then no, because you should have more respect for me than to make me choose between you. Like that, there's no reason. Ultimatums at the end of the day, I think, are all booty cheeks. Why would you do this to somebody, having to make them choose between one thing or another?
valid, fair.
So how would you guys navigate conflicts between friends who don't get along?
I just wouldn't put them together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, I'd probably try to make them talk. At least try to make it work. But if
Really?
it doesn't, then so be it. Like, that's on them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I tried to find a solution, but it didn't work. So what? We tried something. It's better than not trying anything and just being negative all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but once again, it just kind of depends who your friends are.
So going into that, let's say, well, just in general, should you always be honest with your friends, even if it hurts them? Like call them out, like, hey, you're being a bad human being. You're doing this. That's bad.
And
Yeah,
if
that's
they
fair.
get mad, then that's on them. You're doing what it is that you need to do as a friend.
I feel like a part of the relationship between friends is always to be able to communicate effectively to each other, good or bad, about these kinds of things. Even or it's like a relationship. No, it is a relationship. It's sort of a relationship. I don't like. What if, let's say they get really upset with you? What do you do then? Do you like
That
leave
you
the
told
friendship?
them?
Yeah, they're like, that's none of your business. Or they're like, they just get upset and they don't like that you're talking about them like that.
So be it. It's life. That was like you could get honestly if you were to get upset at something that I saw that I felt like you weren't doing right, like I'm trying to help you and you get upset. To be honest, that doesn't hurt my feelings. Like, be upset. Like, it's part of life. That's how you grow as a person. So maybe eventually you'll realize like, oh, he had a point. You know.
It's not like you're doing it like in
In a-
mean intention.
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
You're doing it for a helpful intention to help them.
Exactly. So at that point, like me personally, I wouldn't get offended if you got upset. Like, okay, you're allowed to be upset. Just like I'm upset that you were doing something and I'm confronting you about it. So
Makes sense. So in those situations, how do you balance honesty and sensitivity? Like, you know that they're the kind of person to like be like, "Fuck you! Why would you say that?" But you need to be honest
fuck
with
you.
them. Yeah, really? You just hit them back. You just fucking hit them back.
Because at the end of the day, they're gonna. I mean, like if they're mad, they're mad. What are you gonna do about it? You did what you needed to do.
Yeah, you've done everything you can.
So you don't but there's no like balance. You just got to be straight up about whatever is wrong or whatever.
Just say, try to find the right words to say. Don't approach somebody in a very aggressive manner because I feel like it'll
like
all depend on how you speak to them. What'd you say?
Or like if like don't come at them like you're attacking them and you're like you're a horrible person for doing that. Just be like, hey, like this happened. Maybe we should talk about it. You know.
Do you guys feel like there are some situations where honesty might do more harm than good?
Whether it does good or it does 10 times the damage, it doesn't matter. I think you should always be honest.
Period.
I feel like, yeah, I feel the same way. There's no reason to beat around the bush if you can help them improve to be a better person, especially in a friend group when you're trying to create like a big change and a big dynamic to like everything to go like work together. I definitely feel like being as honest and open as possible with them is allows you to.
What are you watching, bro?
No volume. Well, but yeah. Is it okay to lie to protect?
Make me TikTok famous, please.
Is it okay to lie to protect your friend's feelings?
What? What do you mean, bro? Like as in what scenario? Give us a good scenario.
They're getting cheated on, and they're cheating with you.
That's wild.
That's
what the fuck?
That's why she's like, "Oh yeah, you've been in that situation, Jesse? Tell us about it, bro.
No,
Tell us about it."
not me. But like in that sense, though, so my whole high school friend group knew that my boyfriend was cheating on me with my best friend, and nobody said anything, and they said it was to protect my feelings. So
That's just not a good friend group. That is insane.
But yeah,
Protect your feelings from what?
from losing my best friend and losing my boyfriend at the same time, I guess.
You already lost them, legally.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like in that sense, like that's the situation they were.
I feel like that kind of goes back. Like I didn't tell you because I knew you would get mad.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But a scenario for that.
Sorry, I'll try. I was about to trauma
Clip
dump.
that, bro. Yeah, post that, bro. That's tough.
Okay. My trauma's not y'all's entertainment.
I'm trying to think of a scenario.
It's okay. Wait, she gave us a great one.
Yeah. I mean, that is a crazy fucking scenario. You're right.
Everyone on the comments, whenever I was like, "Oh, get your lick back," they were attacking me.
Did you see the comments on
I
that?
said, "Damn!"
They're like, this is girl mentality, and then somebody got mad at him for commenting that. I thought it was funny.
Not me causing problems already. Not y'all taking me serious though. Damn, I can't say nothing.
Is that yours?
The ice cream truck.
No, bro, it's an automatic
No, he's
sound
right
effect.
there.
That I
Imagine.
He's right there.
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
We should have ran outside. I think I blew into this microphone a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. ASMR was in.
Okay, so going into just like random questions, is it acceptable? Is it ever acceptable to Is it ever acceptable to go through your friend's phone?
What do are you gonna? That's not your business.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever get the curiosity to go through my friend's phone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be curious, yeah, just see what they're up to, but like, I
You
don't
can
think
find
it's
some
ever
crazy shit on there,
acceptable.
though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if?
Would I ever know?
I don't think. It's
Would
ever
you?
acceptable.
Let's say I'm like Sam. Daniel's talking crazy shit about. I think Daniel's talking shit about me. His phone is right there. Could you like? Or you're with Daniel for some reason, and I'm like, could you go through his phone for me? Would you do it?
I'd be like, that's not my place.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, but that's not my place. But I can talk to him about you.
Yeah.
See what he
Oh,
says.
see what he says. That makes sense.
That's how
You would do the same thing. I'd be like, yes, somebody's you.
I snatch it. I run.
Yeah,
I'd hide.
In my head, I'd be like, oh yeah, like I'd make up a scenario. I'd be like, yeah, lately, like man, he's just
And he starts spilling his guts out.
or
Oh.
some shit.
Okay.
Daniel.
Say, oh my god, I feel the same
That's
way.
crazy. Oh fuck! I had a scenario too.
Don't hit your head there, bro.
What the fuck was it?
Bro, just smoke his mic.
I
Bro, just smoked his mic. What are you doing? Why are you covering yourself, bro? How do you think you're fat, bro?
I don't know. The camera just adds 10 pounds.
You think so?
As it is,
I don't understand what you're saying that I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Bro.
Is it okay to date a friend's ex?
No.
I love how you ask her that one.
I'm just curious.
Is it okay?
No.
What if you low key had a crush on him first, but she got with him?
No.
What if she like swiped him from you?
Oh, then fuck yeah, that's free game. Well, yeah.
He specifically asked you this question.
I would never get with a friend's ex, but I guess all my friends would get with my exes.
See, that's kind of fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Cut
Yeah.
them off.
I would never get with anybody's ex. I think
Me
that's
neither.
just like also bro code. That's just fucking weird. That's just a boundary you don't step into. What if she's been the love of your life, and then like she's from like you've known her since kindergarten, and you've always wanted to like go ask her out, and then your friend had takes
With
her
that,
in.
I feel like I just couldn't either, because then it's like, oh, you did that with that person, and it's like,
Think it's weird?
Yeah,
Okay.
brother. Ooh.
Would you ever be mad at your friend if they ever got with your ex?
Fuck yeah. Well, it depends which ex, actually.
Yeah, bro.
Any ex in general?
No.
It'd be like there's specific ones that you're like, hey,
I think it'll always be the most recent one, no matter who it is.
okay, that makes sense.
Because I feel like after a while, like there's no reason you should get mad that your friend's getting with your ex from middle school.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
So I feel like it'll always be the most recent one, no matter what.
Let's say your friend comes up to you and it's just like, Sam, I really do think I'm in love with your ex.
Then I'd be like, good for you. I hope you guys have a good life, but we're not friends anymore.
Exactly.
You'd end the friendship?
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. You?
Why? I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to. Yeah, it's just weird. It just makes the relationship weird.
Like, how long have you been feeling like this?
Yeah. Oh, oh, you're right. I never thought about that. Yeah.
It's weird. You just been waiting, like plotting. So that's weird as fuck.
Plotting is
Mm.
crazy. Yeah.
You know all those friends group in high schools they would all just switch boyfriends.
They'd all just date each other
Yeah.
in the group.
So weird.
I was in one of them. I never dated any of them. But it was. They had like you could tell people had feelings for one another after somebody in the group broke up, and it was just like.
And they pop out with somebody new, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, are we just taking turns? Put me in that friend group.
What the freak?
I'm just kidding. This is like I hate it on. Oh, let me stop.
All right, final question. How do you know when it's time to let go of a friendship?
When they betrayed you, your trust is completely gone.
Completely gone? Like, what if there's like, yeah, he's saying he's hungry, I think.
Yeah, I was like, are you not been eating this year or what?
No.
Nails look.
Good.
For real, there's nothing left. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah.
What's the question?
Jesse?
When do you know a friendship is enough?
What?
There's an-
What?
That wasn't even a fucking sentence.
Whenever you're like, over the
No.
Enough. That's all she said.
friend- when do you know when a friendship is over? Actually,
No.
yeah.
I think I forgot the question too. How do you know when it's time to let go of a friendship?
Once it's just like you just no longer trust that person. It's just like problems, drama. It's hurting you more than it's benefiting you.
I feel like if at any point they ask you to hang out and you're just like, and I no longer want to be around them, then that's just like, okay, that's a big sign. Anytime that they continue talking about, like, I mean, heavily talking bad about other people, I feel like that's another sign that friendship should end. Just because, and especially if they don't change. And if they don't change after you communicate something to them, another sign. Just things that, if it makes them a bad person and they continue being a bad person.
Give me a song. Let me sing.
What? You're so random, bro. Dude, I just can't get that image of her looking at her down, bro, like eating them, bro.
No, it's
You need to clip that, bro, please.
It's because I got my nails done and I took them off.
You look hungry, bro.
I'm starving.
Alrighty,
Please.
I do have a few shout outs though from the Discord because they did.
Oh, yeah?
They were pretty cool. They were pretty cool.
Shout outs to the Discord?
Oh, yeah, if you haven't already, Sam has a Discord link in his bio.
Or in the bio below on YouTube.
Or bio below on YouTube. Hold on, let me. You have so much stuff here.
See, puppy. See.
What was I gonna look up?
Oh, the shout out, bro.
I had a man text me on TikTok, asked me if I liked to shop, and then offered to send me money. And I didn't reply. Y'all let me know if I should reply. Please. I also got a new job and I cried the first 2 weeks.
Why is it bad?
It's just super boring and I don't really talk to anybody there and I'm just not used to it. So
Why don't you talk to nobody there?
they're kind of all older ladies and I just sit there and watch movies the whole entire time.
Nuh-uh.
Well, I had to sort like baseball cards and like ship them and stuff, but
It's such an amazing job.
yeah, but I'm so used to. I used to work at Walmart and then a restaurant, and then now I'm just sitting in an office chair all day
Why?
because that's my job.
Alrighty, so I have a few shout outs. This is gonna be the weirdest name. Should I say their full name or no? I mean their Discord name or no?
So we're gonna do shout outs to Discord.
Read the first one. The top one. Go ahead.
Shout out to Bus a Nut. Shout out to
Yeah. I'll do the next one. Shout out to just kidding. You can read the next one.
I want to read it. What is it?
The second one.
Freaky Gray.
Is that great?
And shout out to Robin. Shout out to Michelle, the GOAT.
Robin Hood.
And then I think that's it. Freaky Gray is crazy. Buzzanut is crazy. The Discord names are absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for just being interactive in that. I know it means a lot to Sam. All the mods, all of the what is
Admin.
Flora admin. Oh, shout out to Flora and to Brett. Big people in our lives, and Sam's too. I mean, majority of it Sam's, but yeah, if you haven't already, join his Discord, his Instagram channel. Follow the Happy Place on every social.
Follow my Instagram.
Oh, and our Instagrams as well.
Or at everything on the bottom.
Everything will be in the description below. But yeah, this is another episode of the Happy Place. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I was your host, Manny. To my left.
And Sammy.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Woo! Imagine we weren't recording. That's crazy. Did you still have the red thing?
Hey.
It's green.
The other side, Samuel.